Okay guys, last video you saw me take this out on some joyrides out on these back roads. Now it's time to get serious. We're gonna start taking some of this heavy rust off and some of this coating that's flaking off. I got some Por 15 in finally, so what I'm gonna do is hopefully this weekend we're gonna knock out all this grinding and all this sandblasting that we're gonna have to do. Get a coat of Por 15 on it, see how it looks, see if there's anything that needs immediate attention right away. I know there's a few parts and pieces I need to order because I just rather replace it than try to fix it or sandblast it and do all this stuff, and they're pretty cheap. But other than that, let's just get going on this frame rail. I already did a little bit here. It's turning out pretty good. I think doing the grinder first and then hit with the flap wheel after, and then maybe we use a sandblaster in some of these nooks and crannies to get the places that are hard to get with the grinder. But so far the grinder is doing pretty good, taking this top layer of rust off. Yeah, we got some divots showing in, but I'm not too worried about that. So I'll set you guys up on a time loop and you guys can watch. Okay, here's the first look at it after it's been grinded and wiped down. Looks really good. We got some shiny spots, which is really good. I don't want to take it too far. Here's what it looked like beforehand. Kind of doing it before and after as I go type thing. Well, it looks really good. This is just using a grinder and then wiping it down. We still got some of that rust color popping through, but there's still a lot to do. I want to take all these brackets off, clean up behind them and everything. That's all I'm going to do one side at a time. I want to get this side done with taking the brackets off, taking the leaf springs off, clean it up, put the Por 15 on it, make it look good, and then go to the other side. Kind of use the other side as like an example in case I forget where a bolt or something goes. So, but I mean, for first step of grinding, it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. It's actually really smooth. The metal's still really strong, so that's giving me really good hope for the rest of it. But you know, it's time to call it a night when you get that old sunset popping down, and yep, it's time to go and take a shower and get ready. So we will continue this again this weekend. Should have a free weekend to work on it. Hopefully we can knock this thing out. Okay guys, it's been about 0.7 seconds for you. It's been about 2 weeks for us with a bunch of other stuff breaking. I had to fix it. We had to take a little bit of a break, but we're back. I've got, as you can see, a lot of the frame Por 15. Learned my ways of how I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you guys and some tips and tricks that I've found, like don't double coat Por 15 because it'll tend to pee on you. But here on this section right here, I'm going to show you my method that I found that works the best for getting the first layer or the only layer of Por 15 to actually stick to it. And once it sticks very well. Like, it's just that top layer, the second layer of Por 15 I put on, it just flaked off. So we're just only going to do one layer from here on out. I still got the inside of this frame or this frame rail to do, and then basically from like here forward to do. But with this section, I'm just going to show you the method I found, and then I'll show you what I got done so far. So here we go. Where did I set it? There it is. Okay. So what I grabbed first, it's a little aggressive, but I just like to, I don't do it very long, just enough to knock any of the loose rust or hard areas or anything that just stacking up off before I eat up a sanding disc. Because I just take this grinder and just lightly go over this area. Like right here, you can see there's a ridge of rust here. I'm just gonna knock it down, and then I'll grab the sander and we'll make it all smooth. And then I'll do a smaller air sander with a sanding pad on it, and just try to get into some of these nooks and crannies, especially on the sides here. Gotta take these plastic clips, so I'm sure you guys can't see off. But we're gonna start with this, and we'll see what it looks like after this. I'll then take the sanding disc. I can't remember what grit it is. Nothing too crazy. There's enough to knock any burrs down or anything like that. So let's get into that. Okay, next what I do is I take this little 2-inch little sanding disc and just clean up anything that I can see that I can reach with this that I couldn't reach with the other stuff. And then after this, we'll be ready to puff the metal to paint it. Next thing that I do is I like to take a somewhat dirty towel, and this is just water mixed with a little bit of Dawn dish soap. I'm just going to take some of this dirt off it real quick before we do any of the metal prep process. So yeah, that helps take a lot of the dirt off of it. I mean, look at that. Just stuff I'm going to save off for my other rags. I'm going to do it one more time just to be safe. Okay, see if I can find a clean spot of this rag to show you guys. Okay. It's not the best spot, but you'll see. So we'll do this again. As you can see, still a little bit of dirt left. And the first time, where is it? We had that much dirt. So yeah, it helps a lot. Next, we're gonna do the metal prep process. Okay, next we have our 415 cleaner and degreaser mixed up to what the bottle says. I think it's like 4-to-1 or something. Don't quote me. Okay, next we take our metal prep solution, a generous amount, and wipe it down. Okay, now just take your Pour 15 and paint it. Okay, and that is my process for what I've been doing for this whole back half so far. And just grind it, sand it some more, and then prep the metal. I still have to do right in here to finish this back little quarter area, but I just got to take this rear leaf spring hanger off. I already have a replacement because that's what I was waiting for on this side, and that's why these videos taking so long to get out. But just waiting for parts and pieces. I might just putting on this side on this video and send it out. But next, what's coming up is I'm going to be getting a gas tank to fill this spot in, and we'll call this back, you know, 1/5 done. Once I get this, the leaf spring hangers and all that done, new bushings, we'll call this side done, and then we'll go to this section and then this section. So it's going to be a long process, but just taking it step by step. So we'll come back when we get this bracket torched off or cut off or somehow off, and with the new hanger on it. Okay guys, so I know I said I was going to work on that other bracket, getting that off first, but I think what I'm going to do is change gears and get this leaf spring hanger done first and try to do one side and then the other before taking the whole back off. So I got this bushing pressed out, I got it cleaned up. I'm going to paint it, let it dry, and press the new bushing in, and then we'll get it back on and maybe get the leaf spring off. Let's see. So due to my camera dying on me, I do have the bushing pressed in, but I don't have the video of it. But we got it painted and everything. But in the meantime, what I'm working on is just sprucing up some of these bolts. Yeah, I know you won't see them. They'll hardly ever be seen. But just hopefully rust prevention, something. Plus I just gotta use up some of the paint I have left in my cabinet. But these things are looking pretty shiny. Okay, as you can see, the truck's in a different location. That's because it has been sitting outside all of winter, which is a Michigan winter. Two reasons for that. I had a project truck in here that I had to finish and get out of here. And also I was kind of curious to see how this Pour 15 held up in the winter. I mean, I know it's not the best idea to leave it on your frame, but hey, we're just experimenting here. So I'm gonna bring you guys in here. This is the side I just painted in here, so it's obviously gonna be shiny. But let me show you how the Pour 15 held up in the winter with snow melting on it and building up on it and melting on it, and just see how it held up. Okay, so as a comparison, this is what I just painted in here, and it's maybe 5 days old or dry. And this is what it looks like being outside all winter. Kind of loses the shine and everything, but it's still there. It's still on pretty strong. It's got some dust from me working on this side, but I'm pretty impressed with this. I mean, we don't have the nicest winters out here, but this stuff stuck on and did a really good job. It's really dusty, but that's what you get for living on a dirt road. But I'm going to show you a trick, or not a trick, but something I'm trying, where I'm going to clean it up and put black spray paint over it and see if it holds the shine. Okay, now we're on the other side of the truck. I kind of experimented on this side with that spray paint like I was talking about. So what I did is I just lightly sanded with 150, just kind of making sure I got all the where it was peeling, because like I said, if you double coat Pour 15 on itself, it likes to peel off. So just getting where it was peeling and everything, and I got it all off, wiped it down really well, and then I spray painted some high gloss enamel or high black gloss enamel paint on it, just seeing how it sticks, and it seems to be doing pretty good. This is 3 days with it on. I mean, there's some minor imperfections, but nothing too crazy, and like I've been saying, it's going to be under the bed of the truck, so no one's really going to see it. It's just me. But I'm going to show you how I do it on this side. So let me get set up, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, kind of in a tight area here, but hopefully you guys can see. We're going to do this section right here, just showing you how I do it with putting the spray paint back on it to make it shiny again. So first, like I said, I'm gonna take this 150 grit sandpaper and just slightly scuff it, get where it's peeling to come off, try to get it so it doesn't peel from underneath the spray paint. See, this is what I mean. Oh, you can't see it. Here's a chunk. Hold on. This is what I mean. When you double coat 415, it literally will just come off. Hold on. Comes off in flakes like this. So it's obviously not ideal, but hey, it's supposed to stick to rust, not itself. So it's doing its job. Okay, so now that it's lightly sanded, I'm going to take, this is just some window glass cleaner. Just want to get any particulates off this before I paint it. Okay, that looks pretty good. As you see, we're getting a lot of the stuff just coming off of it, so that's what we want. Now let's let it dry for a quick second. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This is the gloss protective enamel. It's a gloss black, trying to keep it with that nice black frame. Just kind of doing a nice light coat here. Don't want to go too crazy. So there we go. We'll let it dry and we'll come back to it. Okay. Well, that's drying. Let's take a look at this. So I took the leaf spring off, and the reason for doing that is I wanted to get at this axle here. And I got the axle all grinded down and painted. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Also lets me get in and I'm looking at these leaf springs, seeing if I need to replace them or not. I'll show you how they're looking in the process I did with those. But yeah, so I got this whole frame done. I also have to do the inside, but my grinder blew up on me, so I need to get another one. But yeah, let's go take a look at these leaf springs. Hope you guys can see me and everything. But so what the process is with these is I took them off, I took them apart. What I did is I took the air grinder to it, not really being aggressive with it, just taking off the high rust spots and just getting it down to a nice smoother finish. And then when I get that, I like to take it and put 415 on it. Not sure how it's going to hold up, kind of seeing what it's going to do. It's at the end of the can, so just had to use it up before I order a new one. So these, we're going to see how they turn out. They feel good, so they don't look too bad. This is the other leaf spring bracket. So that's all painted up and ready to go back on. I'm going to get some bolts for that. And it's looking good, but what I can do is show you my process with this piece. This is, I think, a factory. You guys can let me know if it's factory or not. But a factory lift for the rear. So that's my assumption. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Well, the upside to any tool blowing up is you get to get another one. So this is my air grinder I was talking about. The other one I had was a 90-degree one, and this is a straight one. So we're going to see how I like that. And if I don't, I'm going to get a 90. So get these tags out of here. It's getting dull. Third time's a charm. Okay. Nice. Let me go get some Teflon tape to put on this before I fully screw it in. Okay, so here we go. Got a new tip on it. Got this all set up. So let's go clean that, what I'm calling is a spacer for a lift. Okay. So this would be some talking about. Again, if you know what this is and I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I'm calling it a spacer. So before I use this for the first time, I'm gonna put some oil in it. That should be good. Oh, here's my shop tiger. Go hunt some mice. It's gonna scare you. Wow. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh, there you go. I warned you. Okay, headphone users, be warned. Okay, well my air compressor catches up. If any of you guys, I don't know if you can see this. Let me know if you can see this. If not, I'll put something in the frame here so you guys can read it. Does anyone know what that means? It says 040, and there's a 3 and a GB. Let me know what that means. Okay, there's a couple areas I couldn't get, obviously in there, that's a little too small for what I got. And I really got to get in there, there's a bunch of loose rust. In here, I couldn't really get in there, but there's some numbers in there that I'd really like to know what they say. So what I'm going to do is take this to my part sandblaster and sand it off. I'll be back when I get done with that. Okay, so here it is. I don't know how well you can see it. It says 040. There's a 3, and that's GB inside of a circle. And then in here, that looks like, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it looks like a 07TA-5729-8A. Again, if you know what that is, or what that stands for, leave it in the comments for me. Okay, as you can see, we got all the leaf spring and the leaf spring components done and painted. Getting ready to put it back in. As you can see, this is that spacer I was talking about. Turned out pretty good. Don't know if you can see the numbers on it or not, if that helps. But next, what we got to do is take out these old bushings and the leaf springs. I've already got that one pressed out. I need to get this one out. And we got to replace it with the new stuff. So I'm going to set you up on a stand and we'll do a time lapse. And just like that, the old bushing is out. Okay, here we have spring bushings, or leaf spring bushings, and this is what they look like going in. Pretty much looks like what we took out. If you're wondering, the part number is K200129. So if you're looking for that, that's what that is. And let's get these bad boys pushed in. And there we go. I don't know how you can see it, but it is pressed in. Let me get this other side in, and we'll get it on the truck. Now that we've got our bushings pressed in on this leaf spring, we got this makeshift one. It's the old one. I've got the new ones ordered. I'm just waiting for them to come in. They're taking a while. So now it's time to assemble it so that we can put it back on the truck. So what I like to do is always take pictures before I take it off. So I'll show you guys in a second what I'm working off of. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have this guy first. Here. I'm gonna look at it like I'm looking at the truck. This one like this. This one will sit. There it is. Way off. Go. And those guys. looks like that. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let me get this bolt in. Now I'm going just to the hardware store, TSC, and replacing everything with grade 8. So. And right all down. Okay. I think my SD card ran out of storage here, so I'm on the phone. But it cut out, but I got the leaf spring on, tightened up all the hardware, everything looks pretty good. So now what we got to do is just rinse and repeat and do it on the other side. So I'm going to get that done real quick, and I'll come back when I get the other side done. Okay, this other side is now done. Looks really good. Got new U-bolts, new hardware. I know you saw me repainting the bolt, but I ended up just replacing it with some grade 8. Make it all uniform, all new. Looks good. I think this is the end of this video. Next, I think we're going to focus on removing some of these lines, like the gas line, the fuel lines. That's a wire, but I cut them off right there so I could paint. I'm going to remove them, maybe run new lines, and maybe hook up the gas tank. But one of the main things I got to focus on is this piece right here. Needs to come out. It needs new like cross members right here put on, welded on, bolted on. Not quite sure yet. Maybe both. But yeah, we're going to focus on that next video. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. Thanks.